What is up, guys? Welcome back to the episode of the Crabby Morning. With today, I am joined with,
Liam.
John.
Dillon.
and you all know me by now, my name is Kayla. So today's topic of discussion is Karens and how we've all suffered to them one way or another. I think I would like to start with my own personal story of an encounter with a Karen I've had maybe once or twice at my job. So, where I work, a lot of Karens shop there very frequently. And there's this one Karen in particular who we've all nicknamed the Chicken Lady. And I'll explain why her name is that in a moment.
Chicken Lady.
So she comes in every week to order, I want to say 12 pounds of fresh chicken breast.
I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, that's why it's $70.
Dang.
Good God.
But she wants it cut a very specific way, so like very thinly. But my question is, if the butchers never cut it correctly, why do you purchase it and then complain about it an hour later for a refund? Like, that's $70 that you just wasted if your chicken wasn't cut right.
Well,
Okay, how do you cut a chicken? What does she mean cut right?
Like, I guess, like...
very thin slice.
Yeah, like, in whatever way that she wants it, I guess. And you don't do it... If you don't do it that other way, or that specific way, then she gets mad.
But what way is right for her?
Right.
She wants it cut very, very thinly. And her argument every time is that the butcher never listens to her. But if the butcher doesn't listen to you, why do you proceed to purchase the chicken? And why do you keep coming back?
Psychology, because she is trying to get some chicken. You said that she gets twice the chicken for free?
She gets a little over $130 worth of free chicken every week.
Oh my God.
See, that's what I was saying, too. She's definitely doing it just to get, like, the free chicken. At least that's what it seems like.
Or just permanently ban her from the store. Take a picture of her next time she comes in. Just post it all over the store. Be like, don't let this lady in.
Yes.
She's the chicken thief.
But she's trying to feed her family.
There's other stores.
She
There are
has
other
been
stores.
struggling for years.
In fact, there are cheaper stores, too.
Exactly, but why would you get the cheaper store's food when you could get high-quality food?
Food is food,
free?
John.
For free.
She's trying to feed her family, her children.
And I get frustrated with management because they always let her get away with it. You guys are losing money that way if you let her get what she wants all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the big problems with dealing with Karens is that if you reward them for bad behavior, of course they're still going to do it because they're not getting punished for their actions.
I feel like we're using the word Karen too much.
It's
Let's say
Well, Karen,
Let's say-
Karen, bad customer.
The chicken lady.
chicken lady.
Yeah,
vile
I've
people.
met only a couple of chicken ladies because I work with people's children and people get very defensive about their children
Oh, gosh.
as if they didn't do anything wrong. And there was one child who she would take like make the biggest messes out of small things. Like, let's say I made like a little painting of a tree and everyone was following along, and then she takes handprints of the paint and smears it along the bathroom mirrors, and then the parents always be on their side. Always be on their side. They're just kids. They don't know what they do.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
should have been watching more closely in the bathroom before they smeared it in the mirrors. What do you want me to do? I cannot watch them. So
Yeah,
that is life.
there are a lot of parents that they'll kind of let their kids do whatever they want because, like, as a way of, like, independence. But it's more of got to be, like, a balance between independence, but also making sure that they don't hurt other people or take other people's things or break other people's things.
That's a great segue to my story.
I was just about to mention that, yes.
So, I was with a friend. We're at a park waiting for a couple of our other buddies. And we're just riding our bike around, just doing some laps around the park. And we see this girl over by, like, some trees and bushes. We're on her, she's, like, throwing stuff. And we're just like, okay. And we kind of like do another lap and we get closer and we see that she's throwing eggs. So we go over there and we're like, hey, what are you doing? She's been killing duck eggs by like just throwing them against like the tree. And we like kind of stop her from breaking the rest of them. And then she yells at us. She's like, I'm going to go tell my mom. She goes get her mom and we're just waiting there making sure she doesn't come back. Mom comes up. She's like, what do you think you're doing telling my child what to do? And I was like, well, lady, she's killing animals. So, I mean, I'm sorry you didn't raise her right.
It's like you, when you are the parent of a child, that child is very often like the most important thing to you. And it's weird to see like an extension of you or something that you have helped create have flaws because you like to see that you yourself do not have any flaws. And that is why I think this situation is created.
And to make matters worse is she threatened to punch me, but luckily my friend was recording and she called the police on us. But when the police showed up, we showed her the video and the officer's like, well, you're going to have to come with me. So she got
They were going to punch
roasted.
some minors.
Yeah.
That's silly.
So it's okay.
So Dillon, tell us about your Karen encounter stories.
So what happened was I used to work at a fast food restaurant, and basically, so this person comes through the drive-thru, right, and they have a big old order, and one of the things that they wanted was a triple cheeseburger, and they got a double cheeseburger instead, and so they got mad and they opened up the cartridge. Well, not the cartridge, like the cardboard, the box.
Cartridge.
Sounds like a gun.
And then they showed it to me and they were like, so I did not get my extra patty, so we've decided that we're going to give all of our stuff back because oxygen is getting on the food and now it's wasted. And our gas is being used up, stopped in this driveway. So y'all can just have this all back. And then they left.
All right. So did you give him his money back or did he just spend money and just leave?
He left.
Okay.
We didn't even give him his money back. We were going to, but the guy left.
Okay. All right.
But it was crazy. It was crazy though, because I had like.
I feel like, Dillon, that is not a Karen. That's un-Karen. That is making your life better for no reason.
No, but like I'm saying that they were complaining for like a really weird reason.
Bruh, gas is expensive.
And right now there is no gas.
True, that is true.
Yeah, Dillon. Sometimes you need to spend $7 and then learn the meaning of life. And that's what he did. And that was his payment.
Probably went to a different restaurant after that.
Mm-hmm.
Spent another $7 on a burger or something.
Gosh.
I feel like some people just like to hear themselves complain. Because their life isn't in order. They want to take that out on other people by making their lives miserable just because, they're hurting on the inside.
Wow.
And they just don't know how to express their feelings.
You
And
guys,
just-
I feel like I like this because I feel like we are taking this viewpoint and seeing it from all sides of the circle. And I
it's
do
the circle
like
of life.
We are the circle of life. I feel like it more makes me like uncomfortable just because I'm not a confrontational person, and I'm very much the person to be like to talk people down, I guess, but not to. But I can't match the energy, and I'm not the type to start fights with people. So I
Neither
can't
am I.
imagine myself in these situations.
That's the thing with Karens is that they also they kind of have it in their mind that there's nothing wrong with them, and what we were talking about with their children, since they think nothing's wrong with them, there's nothing wrong with their kids, even though they're obviously causing mischief and
Little
whatever.
monsters.
But because of that, you can't even really talk with these people because they don't see your way. They always see their own way and don't want to try to understand what you're trying to convey to them.
Yeah.
So that's why it gets so frustrating as either just a random citizen or just a person who has to work in retail.
Go for it. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Which brings the question, does society cater a lot to Karens and Darrens and all of those who
Tods.
fit in that all of those who fit in that category.
In a way, I would say so. I think that certain businesses have a way of kind of alleviating that a little bit, but it's still a big problem to where, like, if you work in any retail job, like I've been saying, or any job where you have to work with the general public,
Yeah.
you're put into the front lines of these people that don't want anything to do with you, just want to get their stuff and leave, but they get really privileged about it.
Bless their souls on Black Friday, man.
Oh,
Or just any
yes.
holidays. They
Yes.
just- oh, God. I am always nice to them because I know they deal with that crap all the time. And I'm just like, hey, man. They're like, oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm just like, no, it's okay. Just take your time. It's all good. I'm not in any rush.
Dillon, sometimes Kayla calls you Karen. Why is that?
That was a short-lived joke of an incident.
Joke? Or a serious problem we need to discuss?
John.
Right now?
Is this an intervention now?
Why did you just turn this into an intervention, John?
So, Dillon, or should I even call you that?
Karen?
Do you want to tell the story?
You tell it better.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So the reason I called Dillon a Karen for a short amount of time was because we went to this restaurant where they sell burgers. And Dillon is very particular how he wants his burgers to be. And the people didn't do it quite right. He doesn't like tomato or lettuce or anything on his burgers. And when he got his burger, he had, lettuce, tomato, and all the stuff he didn't want on it. So...
Whoa, but that's not being a Karen.
Wait,
to be
I'm getting
like...
to that. I'm getting to that.
Okay.
So
You are
he-
listening, so you can get better.
What are you talking about?
Kayla, continue.
So he talks to our waitress, and he's like, excuse me, ma'am. I specifically...
Excuse me, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. I specifically asked for no, toppings on my burger, and there's clearly toppings on this.
I did not say that.
Oh, you said it in a more Karen way. Excuse me, miss.
There's-
I have toppings
There's
on my burger.
lettuce and tomato on my burger.
What the heck do you think you're doing?
And the reason I called him a Karen was because, well, to be honest, I just picked it off.
Look,
I'm just
Look.
saying, you could have just picked it off. There was nothing gluing it to the burger. You could have just picked up the bun
But
and just
the-
knocked
but-
it off.
Dylan, you heard Kayla's story. She has a lot to say. How does this make you feel?
I made a mistake one time. One time. Yes, maybe I should have taken it off. And in retrospect, that was the right point of action. But, I'm being roasted right now.
I appreciate your being openness.
It's not roasting, it's just an intervention.
How can we move forward from this?
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
I'm gonna send you to rehabilitation. Or no, what's it called?
What?
Rehab?
Rehab.
Rehabilitation.
To make you more like me. A feeble little boy who, when you get lettuce on your burger, you say, I love lettuce.
To be fair, I also got regular fries when I was
He
supposed to
wanted
get-
sweet potato. He got regular
Oh,
fries.
God.
So he was
Now look,
complaining about
that
that,
was
too.
fair because I can't just go into the back and grab the fries myself. That I will say that.
You know, the beginning to rehabilitation is accepting what you did was wrong, and it seems like you're in a little bit of
Have you been reading psychology books, John?
John, where is this coming from?
Dr.
John, do we
Phil.
need an intervention for you?
So yeah, that's why I called him a Karen for a little bit, but then the joke got old, so I stopped.
I think we should bring it back.
Well,
Let's bring the old timey back. Let's say some more stuff that we can roast Dylan about. You know how sometimes
Wait, this is about Karens, John.
I have another story to say, going off of nothing what you guys said. So I took some Spanish classes in high school. Didn't learn a single thing. I wish I did. I was very committed to learning it, but it didn't stick. Anyways, so I asked one of my friends, because he's more familiar with Spanish than I am, and he's like, yeah, sure. So we're hanging out at the mall and stuff, and he's just like quizzing me and stuff because I had a test. And I'm just talking to him in Spanish because we had to do some little conversations. And this lady comes up to us, and she's like, you need to speak English. This is America. And I was like, what?
Don't catch you slipping.
And I just turned around, and I was like, well, I'm just trying to do this so I can pass my Spanish test for school. She's like, well, all you're doing is just poisoning your mind with that garbage. And I was like, okay,
God.
well, I'm just going to leave. She's like, you just need to stick with English. That is perfect. You don't need to rot your brain with anything else. So I'm like, all right, lady. I honestly think she was doing drugs because her eyes were kind of like buggy, and she smelled like a lot of cigarettes and alcohol.
Oh, gosh.
I almost burped again.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but like that's what we've been saying though. It's like you could just be minding your own business and someone would just say rude comments to you for no
she
reason.
Scared me because like I was facing my friend. Like I had like some note cards and stuff, and she just like kind of like yells in my ear, and I like I was honestly probably about to punch her because like it was so sudden. It was like a reaction. It was like fight or flight. I was like, oh, fighting, and then I realized just a lady, and she's just being crazy.
She needs to rethink some of her life choices.
Yes, we need an intervention for her.
Mm-hmm. John, we're gonna get John on the case for that.
Start a new show called John.
I watch it.
John
Just John.
with a G.
Be a good show.
John the Karen Whisperer.
That is a lie. You know I wouldn't talk about anything about other than the fact that Liam smells good and Dillon's politeness. But did you guys know that a sloth usually only dies when it climbs down the tree once every 2 weeks to go poop, and that's where its highest death rate is?
That's crazy. Y'all want to know? Yeah, that's crazy. Y'all want to know what's also crazy? This podcast is about Karens.
What a good closing statement. Dillon, why don't you finish us off with our question?
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Okay, so
How do you think a sloth?
No, that's not what the question is.
John, the question of the day will be, how do you think a Karen is created? And what steps can you take to ensure that you do not become like them? Thank you guys.
Spice, and everything nice.
Thank you guys so much, and you guys have a crabby morning. Like and subscribe.
Love you.
Bye-bye.